An elementary school teacher is behind bars this afternoon in connection to a child sexual abuse investigation. 47-year-old Nathan Horsley is charged with 5 counts of third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. He's accused of having files portraying the sexual abuse of children. WNBF News has also confirmed Horsley is a music teacher at McDonald Elementary School in Georgetown County. A spokesperson for the school district tells us he has been placed on administrative leave for the time being. He faces up to 50 years in prison if convicted. An elementary school teacher is behind bars this afternoon in connection to a child sexual abuse investigation. 47-year-old Nathan Horsley is charged with 5 counts of third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. He's accused of having files portraying the sexual abuse of children. WNBF News has also confirmed Horsley is a music teacher at McDonald Elementary School in Georgetown County. A spokesperson for the school district tells us he has been placed on administrative leave for the time being. He faces up to 50 years in prison if convicted.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Get in here, please, if you would. Hit the share button. That's something I need you guys to really do. If you're watching this stuff and you get something out of it, hit the share button. Nobody's going to judge you if you share. I'll call you back, Freddie Brown. Nobody's going to judge you if you share this information. I got a good story for you today out of Horry County. Well, technically Georgetown County, but the report came out of Horry County. And yeah, we got another one. Got another one. And this time it is a teacher from Georgetown County School District, Chad Horsley. You see him there, right there. He's being held. I don't know if he's got a bond yet or not, but J. Reuben Long Detention Center in Horry County. Again, get in there and share this before I get started. Jeremiah, I'm going to lose my monetization, but you wanted it, so I got it for you.
Today's sound of the day is "You're going to jail."
All right, guys, let's get into this story right here. You heard the report there, and just like that, I don't have it queued up here, but you see it there. Man's accused of, he's part of a ring. What I did notice the other day when I was covering the story out of Florence was that the state, on the state level, because I know in this case, you'll see when I pull it up here that the state attorney general is prosecuting this case. So it's some kind of online sting that they're doing. Yeah, here's Mr. Nathan Horsley from music teacher. I don't know what it is about music and these minors. Don't know what it is about music and these minors. So let me get the story up here for you guys so we can talk a little bit more about that. And then I'm going to give you my take, and that's be about it, because obviously the criminal justice system is not working as a deterrent for this thing. That's why it's continually happening. But here's the story right here on the screen right here. All right, Georgetown Elementary School teacher arrested in a sexual abuse investigation. There you see Mr. Horsley right there. All right, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, an elementary school teacher in the Grand Strand now faces several charges of sexual abuse in a child sexual abuse investigation. Authorities arrested 47-year-old Nathan Horsley of Myrtle Beach on 5 counts of third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Okay. Investigators said Horsley had files of sexual abuse material I'm assuming when they said files on his computer. That's what I'm going to assume that. A spokesman for the Georgetown County School District later confirmed that Horsley was a music teacher at McDonald Elementary School. The district had also released the following statement regarding Horsley and his arrest. This morning, Georgetown County School District administration learned through public records of specific charges filed in Horry County against one of our employees from McDonald's Elementary School. Prior to this, on December 18th, 2024, the school district was contacted by law enforcement in an attempt to locate the employee. The employee was not at work. Subsequently, Georgetown County Sheriff's Department was notified that night that the of the employee's arrest for an active warrant. The employee was placed on administrative leave on December 19th, 2024, while the district sought further information on the nature of the charges. On the nature of the charges. The district cannot comment on investigations and has not been contacted by the prosecuting law enforcement agency at this time. Any questions regarding investigations should be directed to law enforcement, Horry County Sheriff's Department, Georgetown County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Secret Service, and members of South Carolina's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force helped with the investigation. Horsley faces up to 50 years in prison if he's convicted. The Attorney General's office will prosecute. Stay tuned for more information on this situation, right? So, all right. First things first. These are just allegations, okay? So there's a whole due process to the law that's we're supposed to go through. Hence, why they didn't fire him right away, because they need more information. Now, it does not say in this report or any of the other reports that I found that Mr. Horsley touched a child, engaged a child, or did anything to a child, right? And I know some of you saying, well, what's the big deal? What's the, you know what I mean? It's the same. It's the deal I'm pointing out is if he's guilty of this, he's a piece of crap. Okay. That's the obvious. But this is where we get to picking and choosing, you know what I mean, who we think. Mr. Horsley just off the top looks like a pedophile. I'm just gonna throw it out there. He looks, and that's just my opinion, looks like a pedophile. Okay. But again, there are no allegations of him doing anything proper to a child. Now, him having child pornography or whatever, kind of files he had, that's one thing. But I'm making a bigger point, okay? He didn't engage the child. Not saying that what he did is right, but if we're going to go hard on him, because I was reading the comments and people going hard on him, I mean, going hard as they should, okay? And again, these are just allegations. But I'll stress to you again that nobody made an allegation of him engaging a minor, as in this case right here, or as in this case right here that was put across Facebook right here. Okay, so are we going to ignore some allegations and then go hard on, you know what I mean, on some people? That's like the thing that with the pepperoni Tony down there in Andrews. Some people were upset that I brought up the fact that I thought it was inappropriate for a grown 55-year-old man to be texting in an inappropriate way a child, 14-year-old child. That's not your daughter. That's not your relative. There's no reason you should be texting this child in that way. Now, you can't put this on the officials at Georgetown County School District because they have no way of knowing what people do in their free time, you know what I mean, on their computers in the privacy of their homes. Now, if the man was just, and he could always say he was on a porn site, an adult porn site, and he had no idea that porn site was attached to that. You know what I mean? Again, I don't know what evidence they got, but my point is, are we ignoring allegations made by people when people come out, expose themselves, and make the allegations, or And I'm just trying to, what is it with these musicians and minors? Seems like the music world has a uncomfortable fascination with minors. That's not me making that up. That's just the evidence there for you. Now, if he was doing this stuff, what does that mean? What does that mean for the parents in Georgetown County School District? If he was, in fact, if he's found guilty of having this material on his computer, will that stop the investigation, or will there be an investigation? Will they go back and interview kids and try to screen and figure out if this person was acting out these sick things on children? Because it's hard to believe that he's just going to keep it right here to the computer and not, you got access to these children. And so I'm going to be careful right here, because the due process is not working. The whole threat of, if you mess with a child, you go to jail, you're going to get anally raped and all that. That's not scaring nobody anymore. Obviously not, because these faces keep popping up. These different faces keep popping up. Okay. Keep popping up. Allegations, allegations, allegations. Okay. Allegations, allegations, allegations. And I'm keeping now. I'm just gonna keep this just to prove a point to you guys that this is a problem. This is not getting to be a problem. That's why I was asking how many pastors that come across this video is gonna make this a subject in church Sunday. You would think you shouldn't have to tell adults, hey man, you're not supposed to be sleeping with the kids. See, this ain't the kind of video that gets whatever. This guy looks like about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I did a report on a pastor who was hiding out down in Andrews area. When I say Andrews area, I'm talking about outside of Andrews. And what he was doing, he was hiding out. They ended up finding him and arresting him for some crimes he did like back in the 80s, but he was just hiding out in churches. And that's what these people do. They hide in plain sight. Right in front of you by not hiding. But you can have a whole young man come and put a whole post on Facebook, and because of public scrutiny, he deletes it. And because he deletes it, that's the legal process right there. That person is, some people can escape investigation. Some people can escape scrutiny. And then we wonder why this thing keeps happening. Like, obviously, there's not enough jail time going around. But if a group of men were to enact some type of justice, then they'll be called vigilantes, and they'll become the issue, because the criminal justice system protects criminals. In such a way that people feel comfortable doing this. But if there was some kind of repercussions for people that do this in the community, it would, I think it would change. I think it would change drastically. I think it would take one or two examples of the community protecting itself against people like this. I think if the community did that once or twice in a very public fashion, very public manner, these people won't feel so comfortable when they get in their house and the privacy of their home, and they want to click on a video that they know they shouldn't be watching. Because if they thought that, man, I don't want to be subject to that. And then you get into, well, maybe that person, is it right or is it wrong? At this point, I just say, man, protect yourself at all costs. Allegations, just allegations after allegations. Again, ain't much you can say about to the school district. I mean, how do you police this type of thing? You know what I mean? I'm sure when they hired Mr. Horsley, they didn't think, well, we're going to put a pedophile right here at these kids. You know what I mean? Right here, direct access to the kids. But that's what we got. That's what we got. So listen, get in the comment section. Tell me, let me know what you think about this situation. How do you think this should go? And what do you think the community's response should be to situations like this, when people are found guilty, not just allegations, but if they're found guilty of these types of things? What do you think the community's responsibility is? Just, if it's not happening to me, don't say nothing about it. But you can always remember this.
Decades-long dispute between the town of Andrews and Georgetown County. The town filed a lawsuit against the county in 2021, claiming they had not given them the full amount of money promised in their 2014 penny sales tax referendum. Anna Harris breaks down the story.
With a municipal complex sitting here half done in the town of Andrews.
Operations has been constrained.
This building is meant to house the Andrews Fire and Police Departments, but according to a 2021 lawsuit, the construction had to stop because the town claims they stopped receiving the funding they were promised from the 2014 Georgetown County penny sales tax revenue. Documents state $1.5 million of that revenue was estimated to go towards the municipal complex, but when the county was collecting the total, they ended up having nearly $13 million over what they estimated. Plus, McClary says their complex ended up costing over double what was expected. In turn, the lawsuit claims the county did not fund the full cost of the rest of the project, counting the extra money as surplus to go elsewhere.
It's not the penny sales tax we have an issue. We have an issue with the management of it.
The county's ordinance states the money collected in excess must be first applied to complete a project the tax was imposed for.
But because they felt that they've met the obligation with the town of Andrews, they cut us off.
Now it's time for the two to face off in court. That date has been set for March 17th of next year. Georgetown County says they do not comment on pending litigation, but also say they paid Andrews the original $1.5 million twice. Now, McCleary was able to provide me with those receipts, but he also says they're still short about $2.7 million to finish that project. The lawsuit also claims $7 million of that surplus was set to go towards individual county council members for their own district projects.
So all of these things that are listed on here in this $7 million, they're telling me that this is more important than the lives of the people in this building and the people that come here for service. That's a problem.
In Andrews, Anna Harris, Live 5 News.